Tomorrowland might be the most fascinating land that Disney has ever built because it's been broken for decades. Not broken because people hate it. People actually love parts of Tomorrowland. But broken because Disney has never fully figured out what this place is supposed to be. And honestly, I don't think they can. Every land in Magic Kingdom is built around an idea. Fantasyland is built around timeless stories. Frontierland celebrates an idealized American frontier. Adventureland explores places that exist somewhere between history and imagination. Tomorrowland's always been different. It isn't built around the past, it's built around the future. And that's a much harder thing to build. Because the future doesn't stand still. Every generation imagines it differently. Which means every Tomorrowland eventually becomes a picture of yesterday's tomorrow. At some point, Disney stopped trying to show us the future. They started trying to show us what we remember the future looking like. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it may have been the only choice Disney had. Because once Tomorrowland stopped trying to predict the future, it became something else.
My fellow sentient life forms,
a museum of futures. Some of those futures came from the 1970s. Some came from the 1990s. Some were added only a few years ago. They were all trying to imagine tomorrow, but none of them imagined the same tomorrow. Walk through Tomorrowland today. You'll find some incredible attractions, but you'll also find something else. Different ideas of the future, all trying to exist in the same place. Tron imagines tomorrow as a sleek digital world. Space Mountain still carries echoes of the space age. Buzz Lightyear gives us a cartoon version of science fiction. Tomorrowland Speedway reminds us that every vision of tomorrow eventually becomes part of yesterday. Tomorrowland doesn't really feel like tomorrow anymore. It feels like Disney's sci-fi storage closet. You've got retro-futurism over there. You've got digital cyberpunk over there. You've got cartoon sci-fi next door. And somehow all of this is supposed to feel like one place. So if Tomorrowland feels like it doesn't quite fit together, why doesn't Disney simply rebuild it? The answer is because Tomorrowland has always had the same problem. The future has an expiration date. Every Tomorrowland begins as someone's vision of tomorrow. The real world eventually catches up. Technology changes, culture changes, the impossible becomes ordinary. And suddenly, yesterday's prediction is sitting right in front of you. That's why Tomorrowland is different from every other land in Magic Kingdom. Fantasyland doesn't have to keep up with the real world. Frontierland isn't trying to predict the next frontier. Liberty Square isn't waiting for history to change. But Tomorrowland is always racing against tomorrow. Tomorrow always wins. I think Disney knows Tomorrowland doesn't really work anymore. That's why every update here feels cautious. Because fixing Tomorrowland means answering a question Disney has been struggling with for decades. What should the future actually look like? And honestly, maybe that's impossible now. Maybe that's the wrong question. Because maybe Tomorrowland was never meant to be judged by whether it correctly predicted the future. Every generation imagines tomorrow differently. And eventually, every one of those visions becomes a snapshot of the past. And maybe that's why people still connect with Tomorrowland. Not because it accurately predicts the future, but because it reminds people what it felt like to believe the future would be exciting. People Mover might actually explain Tomorrowland better than any ride here. Because from up here, you can see every version of Disney's future layered on top of each other.
First up, progress in Disney's companies.
And somehow, it still works. Not because every prediction came true, but because optimism never really goes out of style. Maybe Tomorrowland isn't really a promise about what tomorrow will become. Maybe an optimistic future is what Tomorrowland was trying to build all along.